Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a review of the RHM, or the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, which is its full German name in German. And now this tank is a classic of Blitz. I mean, this is one of the most classic, well-known tanks out there. So, you probably already know what it is. I just wanted to do a review on it for fun because it's the Borsig. It's a fun tank. It's a derp tank. Probably the derp king of tier 8, I would say, competing with the ISU, but since this is a more derp gun, I would say this is the derp king. And the gun on this is really good. I do enjoy the gun. It does have very slow gun velocity, that's why it's such a derp cannon on this thing. The obviously HE pin around 100 or so. Get that nice massive 960 alpha HE, of course the 640 on your regular AP. And this thing is a glass cannon, but here, look at this. I mean, it's pretty accurate for its snapshotting abilities, and it really surprised me because it's not the most accurate tank, because of course it's a derp tank, but it's pretty good at doing snapshots actually, which it's pretty handy in a lot of situations. And of course this is a tank with absolutely zero armor on this thing. You get HE'd from everywhere and by everyone, and therefore you got to play this you got to play it carefully, because you can't just YOLO and die, YOLO and expect not to die immediately. But the best way to play this tank and how you're going to perform the best in it is actually second line, like what I'm doing right here, second or even first line in some scenarios, as long as you have a couple teammates with you, because you won't get rushed then, because they know if they rush you, not only are they going to get a massive shell from you, which normally when you're alone, they're like, alright, I'll take a massive shell, but I'll still be able to kill them. But now, they wouldn't be able to survive, so they'll never rush you, and you can always just pull out and snapshot. And look at this snapshot. My goodness, that one shot is just beautiful to look at. That was absolutely hilarious when that happened, and yeah, pretty epic. And I was going to say, doing this aggressive, first of all, it surprises the enemy, and they're not used to it. So they really don't know how to counter if you know how to play it right. And then second of all, it's much easier to get off damage, because of course you're much closer to your enemy and you can much easier hit them. And this game was kind of proof of that. You can see, as long as you play it careful enough where you're not going to get wrecked, and you just pull up, take a shot, pull back, let your team take the shots for you, you're going to do extremely well in this tank. And that's how I found the most fun in this tank was to do. I camped a couple games in it, and it just wasn't fun. Sitting there doing nothing, getting maybe one or two shots before a medium tank comes in and just completely wrecks you. It's nowhere close to as much fun as playing this frontline. As you can see there, nice 3,600 damage game. Not too bad at all, along with 2 kills. So again, this battle, you're going to see me push aggressive. I push aggressive pretty much every single game in this tank, even on maps that you normally probably wouldn't want to in even an aggressive TD. So you're going to see me push up to the medium hill on this map, the medium hill in the middle. And you're going to see it's going to work out in the end. It is definitely going to work out. And that's why I'm saying people, they play these tanks wrong. They camp. They're saying, oh, it's glass cannon, I can camp. And I should only camp, and that's the best way I'll play. Which you can camp, and it can still work good. But in reality, a lot of times going aggressive is actually really going to work out. Now, I did make a mistake right here. Only one of my teammates went with me. Usually you want around 2. And I went very first, but I got super lucky right there, so it didn't really matter too much. But now that I have an email 1 with me, I'm relatively safe. And now I'm aware I want to be careful, because that T49 is probably going to pop around and want to give me an HE shell. Now, he does pop around, but for some reason shoots heat, and I get a beautiful snapshot to finish him out. I don't know why he shot heat, really missed out on a lot of damage there. But we are able to clear him, and now that was really our only threat this entire game, was that T49, and he's already out of the game. So now we're just going to pull up and shoot the rear of this ISU, and this is what I'm talking about. When you can get to these positions in a Borsig, it is extremely profitable. You can completely farm the enemy team, and it is very nice. So yeah, that's how I've played the Borsig and how it has really worked out for me. So I do recommend trying both, and if you're not very good at doing aggressive TD playstyles in lightly armored TDs, you might just want to sit back and do the camp. But if you can get that aggressive playstyle down, I'm pretty sure you're going to be doing a lot better in this tank. Now, of course, there are those occasional games where you still get absolutely wrecked by a T49 or something. That's just the reality of playing a Borsing. It's going to happen whether you camp or not, so I was like, might as well go for the aggressive playstyle. So yeah, as you can see, already pumped up to 3,000 damage along with 2 kills, and of course still we have that 560 damage that we bounced from that T49, which was extremely lucky, and probably allowed us to survive. So we're going to try to aim in here on this Emil 1951. I was really hoping that he would poke around this corner, and we do, and look at that beautiful shot underneath that train right there. You can see how slow the shell velocity is by just when you go out of your sniper mode, you can still see the shell and it's still going. And that has been a problem sometimes because you will shoot and you forget how slow the shell velocity is and you completely miss your tank. But if you try to compensate it with a nice lead on a tank, usually you can still hit them very accurately. So just these two tanks left, the IS-3 and the Celestial. I decided to go for the IS-3, and another thing about this tank, it's so light, when you hit these barrels, it slows it down way too much. Just a quick thing to notice right there. So now that that guy was such low HP, I was like, alright, I'll just go for the Defender. And the Emo 1 does take off a good portion of the, or I am able to get one shot off, but the Emo 1 will finish him off, or, and then the VK finishes off the Celestial. So yeah, that's the Borsing. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, learned maybe a new playstyle for this tank. It really worked for me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.